Music to geek out to here on Z90.7 WZIS-FM, Terre Haute.
This is the Shut-Ins Talk Show on Z90.7.
Here we go!
It's time to nerd out with all the latest in the world of video games, media, and technology.
Hello and welcome to the Shut-Ins Talk Show. It's me, it's DJP. With me as always is...
Gavin the Chef Cook. Pickett, how are you doing today?
I'm doing alright. It's dark as can be outside already, I just noticed. That's kind of depressing,
Hey,
actually.
no,
I feel like I've been here... I
Stop.
was going to say I feel like I've been here all day, but that's not a lie.
Hey, that reminds me, new Squid Game concept. Try to go the whole December or the whole winter without mentioning how dark it gets early.
I know, people have already gotten annoyed at that.
You lost.
Well, yeah. I was going to say I lose a lot of things, but that was going to come off way more depressing than I wanted it to. I just wanted to be funny, but that would have been really sad. So anyways, we got a handful of things to talk about. And the first one is continuing a long-running series since Gavin and I have taken over the show called Who Is This For? Because it's been announced that something that was already previously announced that I totally forgot of because everyone did. The Fairly Oddparents live-action reboot series will release in March, which was revealed by the showrunner. And it'll be heading to Paramount Plus since they own all the Fairly Oddparents stuff. This is, for those who may remember, this is not the first foray for Fairly Oddparents to be in live action. They originally did it some years ago where, Timmy Turner was grown up, but also still a kid, because according to the rules in the show, you had to be, a child.
Yeah.
But because Timmy Turner never grows up, really, he just got to keep Cosmo, Wanda, and Poof. But also, he was played by Drake Bell, which is now aged horrendously poorly. If you know, and if you don't know why,
look it
Google
up.
him. I was like, Google it because I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, why?
A little blown out of proportion.
No, but why does this exist? This is the fourth time we've talked about something.
Okay, but think about it this way, though.
And it's this of all things. There's many reasons why this should not
Cartoons will
happen.
always be belovedly, or be beloved, I guess.
Yeah.
And whatnot, but kids these days are weird. For example, I don't know what the age of the youngest of your siblings is.
14.
Okay, so I have a 10-year-old cousin, and she is still very into cartoons and stuff. As a 10-year-old should be. But she's getting bored with actual cartoons. She literally one day was watching, I think it was Gravity Falls or something like that.
Okay.
And she just stops.
Oh.
Stops looking interested, and she just looks at me and goes, "Gavin." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Why can't they be real people? I know this is fake because it's a cartoon."
Oh, so she wants suspension of belief.
I guess. I don't know.
Interesting. I was going to say, if you're bored of Gravity Falls, then you ain't watching it right. I'm just going to be real with you, because that show's great.
Well, also, she's 10.
Again,
so
yeah, I don't expect too much,
Well, also, her Harry Potter was also her first franchise she ever fell in love with.
Okay. See,
and so almost everything is live action.
Right, I get you. And yeah, it is a matter of, preference thing, at the end of the day. But still, this is, the fourth time we've talked about something... usually a long-running cartoon, or even if it wasn't long-running, it's known by a whole generation of people and loved by them.
A different generation.
Yeah, but then it's so many people that own these IPs are just collectively going, within the last year or so, and a bit before, but especially over the last year with all the stuff we talked about, they're just the people that like this are in their early to mid-20s now. They like edgy adult things now. Let's make this thing that they remember as a child being child-friendly now a whole adult thing. Now I don't know if this is gonna do that. I haven't fully read into this yet.
Yeah, all it says is that it's a live action reboot.
Yes,
which usually means it's a continuation of some sort.
Right. Well, I mean, if it's a reboot, they can just start over, which I would understand that. But also, again, it's weird because this show in particular, because we talked about the Powerpuff stuff. And that's a whole debacle and a half.
I was going to say, let's not get into that, because I'm still a little sad that they didn't at least come through with it.
But what I'm saying, I mean, they still might, as far as we know. It's not cancel.
Fingers crossed. I'm just curious more than anything.
Yeah, me too, morbidly. But the thing with that is that they straight up said, oh, yeah, it's them grown up, and they're adults. But that was their first foray into anything legitimately live action. Whereas the Fairly Oddparents, they did, 2 or 3 movies, and where it was mainly, where, Cosmo, Wanda, and Poof were still like just weirdly CG animated and had their voice actors. But then like Jorgen von Strangle was just a live action dude because he was bigger anyway, so he could do that. But then like Timmy and Tootie were just made adult actors playing the grown up versions of those characters.
Yeah.
And it was just like kind of weird. And then around that same time, like
the first one was all right though. I remember.
Yeah,
like,
but
I
around
liked it.
but around the same
anymore.
time, like the actual cartoon was ending because I remember like that was one of like the last things they were doing.
Yeah.
But then it didn't end.
Yeah.
Which is where a big turnaround happened, where the animation got worse and the quality of episodes and continuity, all that went out the window.
Yeah.
Which is partially like them just trying to like squeeze out every drop they could of money from it, and also Butch Hartman is kind of a nut job these days.
Yeah.
And even though he wasn't on, him not being on the show though was a good thing and a bad thing because him not being on the show anymore is what made it really bad. And they were just like, yes, money.
Yeah.
And then we're
well,
keeping
he
it
had like the
around.
best animation.
Well, I would say like. Yeah, he had a lot of shows at the time, but nowadays, I was gonna say like,
well, that's why I said had. Like,
right. I was gonna say he admitted he can't draw anymore, but he still does it, and everybody's just like, what are you?
No, stop.
But yeah, I was like, please, he just draws other cartoon characters in a different style, and it just looks like garbage. It's not.
Yeah.
That dude's gone off the deep end. He's just a weirdo now. It's so weird what's happened.
Which
but
is
yeah, so like
sad.
everything surrounding
Love
this
Butch.
and the series, not anymore. Everything surrounding the series is just like weird now. Like if this was done in this way. Like 10 years, if the show really had ended when they say it was going to end, and this was happening now or even sometime after that, that would kind of make more sense. But there's been so many weird behind the scenes and a lot of poor decision making and retconning and this, that, and the other that people just don't like, and for good reason. So it's like, it's just weird that they're even making this because it's like, well, the last couple things we've been doing have not been received well at all, or in some cases just weren't received, period. Like nobody watched.
Yeah.
And then, like, the dude who used to run it is weird now. So it's like, it's crazy that this is even existing. And it's already coming out in March? That's 4 months from now.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. How have they even started filming? Like, it's
But
just
hey.
so weird. You know what I mean?
But I mean, the new iCarly did really well though.
That's true.
I still have yet to watch it, but I heard it was apparently it was really good.
Yeah.
You know, like it kept like
but
the
that
same
also-
fun of the
but
old show.
I was gonna say, that also benefits from being live action in
the first place. Yeah, I understand that.
I was
But
because this being a reboot and a jump to live action, again, is,
I was just thinking though, like, you know, we obviously won't be getting the voice actor to play the kid.
because that is
If he is a kid.
Well, I would assume he's probably a kid, and also Tara Strong is a grown woman, so I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was saying, like, you know, I don't know. Like, I understand, like, the whole, like, who is this for? But, you know, like, we could get surprised, you know?
That is true.
Because, I mean, like, remember what they were saying, like, when Big Mouth was first a thing?
Well, that's not. I don't know if that's a good example.
It is a good example, though, because it was just a random show being made by Nick Kroll, and people were like, we don't care about sixth graders.
Yeah, but also the show looks gross, and I don't watch it for that reason. Like the animation is
Pessimist.
I'm not a pessimist. I think the show looks ugly. Why would I want to watch it?
The show's great, so shush.
To each their own.
Yeah, to each is you being one of
But
none.
while there's no official, I don't know if that made sense. I'll be real with you. It says while there's no official word on a production wrap with reboots, the director's post also indicates filming might be over since the showrunner says that this season's been an absolute joy. So it is a whole season of a show, and he says they caught lightning in a bottle here. So the director has high hopes, which is a good sign. He says, "Can't wait for you all to see it. It's the reboots in March. It's easy to imagine that the main production's over and the crew is taking care of post-production before the show premieres." You also thank co-executive producer Samantha Martin. Original Fairly OddParents co-executive producer Fred Seibert is also back. So that's a good thing. Oh, and actually, Butch Hartman is on the show producing it. So, interesting.
Just a little
So-
update for you here. It's Timmy's gonna be a kid.
Okay, that's why if it says reboot, I was
So they
assuming it
posted
was
this
gonna be a
cast
kid.
photo,
Okay.
and so I think it's pretty much all the characters are the same.
Yes, it says
either that or it's not the same. I think it's different though,
yeah. The immense
because the only people reprising any roles are the original voice actors.
what for? I assume Cosmo and Wanda.
Yeah, and then there's like I don't remember anyone being named Viv.
Yeah, I think
or
these are new,
Roy.
these appear to be new characters.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, like
You really about to tell me that they're not going to have they're not about to have AJ
Chester.
And Chester.
Chester and
Dude,
AJ.
you're not gonna have Chester McBadbat? Are you kidding me? And his bum dad.
Okay, but also this
That was
isn't for
awesome.
us.
I know that's true. That's true.
That we kind of answered our own question the more we complained about it.
That's true.
And then we're
actually.
like, oh wait.
That's the thing. Again, like you said, like you are right. The iCarly thing seems to have worked pretty well.
Yeah.
So
and I understand
there's
that's
an
not the
audience for
same
it.
thing, but
Right.
like there's kids that would probably love a story like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think it's cool because it seems like the family is primarily Hispanic.
Okay.
And, you know, Timmy Turner was just like a little white boy who was neglected by his parents and got lucky and got 2 Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
And so, like,
Well, they're still called Fairy Godparents. Fairly Odd Parents is just the name of the show.
did I say that? I meant to say Fairy Godparents.
No, I thought I'm just being a dude, a not nice person about it. I can't.
meanie McGee.
Yeah, I'm just
still.
taking your chain, bro.
So I think it's cool. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like, obviously, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it, but
Yeah, honestly, this is the thing I'm gonna like wait because I do feel like there is potential for there to just be some oh man,
oh no, when you do this is not good. What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I just realized I assume this is also going to take place in modern day, and this is a 10-year-old child, so this is about to be a mine for some how do you do fellow kids moments from writers. So I'm very concerned. I'm concerned, but also again morbidly curious of what kind of is Timmy gonna do Fortnite dances? Oh boy,
I don't
can't
think
wait to see the internet get mad about that.
Wait,
The internet's gonna love that. Grown men are gonna get so mad.
what?
What'd you find?
Time out.
Spit it out, Gavin. We need words.
There's a character named Ty Turner.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know who that
Is Timmy an adult?
No,
Are they Girl Meets Whirling Us?
No, he might have like a cousin or something, or like maybe he has a brother now. No, that wouldn't make sense. It would make more sense to be like a cousin or something. Somebody
Yeah.
that wouldn't be there all the time. You know what I mean?
Are they Girl Meets Worlding Us right now? And Timmy's just an adult and he neglects his kids?
No, you already.
that would be terrible
You
towards
did
him.
read. It says the show follows 10-year-old Timmy Turner, one of the most unhappy children on earth. Jesus.
Yeah, it's talking about.
Yeah, Timmy. It's literally named Timmy Turner though.
Okay, so
I don't
know
think
what's going
I don't
on
think
here.
they're pulling the wool over our eyes. I don't know who Ty Turner is, but again, if it's a live. I mean, they added new characters into iCarly.
This is crazy.
But again, that's live action to begin with, so they can just add in characters and take them out as they please.
Time out. If he doesn't watch Maho Mushi, I'm gonna be so mad.
You just said it wasn't for us. What do you mean you're gonna be mad?
I'm not gonna be mad.
I'll say that's the thing.
I'll be disappointed for the children
I'll
that
say
watch
you'll
it.
be disappointed with no Maho Mushi, and I will be too. And I'm upset.
And I
I'm
will be too.
and I'm upset that his original friends ain't gonna be there. As far as
Chester
I
and
know.
AJ probably are just maybe they move schools.
Hey, listen.
Maybe Timmy
Well,
moves
again,
schools.
again, this is a reboot, so they could just not exist.
Maybe Timmy moved schools.
This is a reboot though, so they don't have to write any. They don't have to care about that.
But
reboot means they
it's
start
also
over.
a reboot though, which means that it could be just continue on for where they left off in the cartoon.
But that's not what reboot means.
Yes, it does.
Usually, if they say
Remake
reboot,
is shot for shot or storyline completely.
these definitions are very loose.
I did projects on this picket. Don't get me started.
Oh, okay. Are you about to I studied abroad me with this though?
I wasn't gonna
Really?
do that. I was just gonna say I did a
Wow.
project on it.
I can't
and I
believe-
learned all my facts.
Wow,
so.
you're trying to actually me about Fairly Odd Parents.
I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to. I was just trying to learn you something.
I wasn't trying. I was succeeding. Thank you.
No, I wasn't trying to make you feel dumb. I was trying to do what you do to me, where you correct me in a nice way.
Wow.
I was trying to do it in a nice way.
Okay.
But you're the one that had to get offended and butthurt, and all of Twitch just saw you look like a little crybaby.
Wow. Now, I only hear you complaining.
I
don't know about that.
Today, Jacob.
Oh, you can't pull that on me. That's not allowed.
Just
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Just did.
Nah, I'm sorry. You were silent for too long. Therefore, you lose the argument. That's how.
What? No.
That's how it works.
All you said was,
Sorry.
you can't pull that on me.
Wrap it up, baby. We are done. We are out of here.
This dude is.
Put a pin in it, and
This is blasphemy.
yeah, is it?
This is complete and utter blasphemy.
You know, it's not blasphemous. Going to break, which is what we're gonna do right now, actually. And when we come back, we're gonna be talking about something that's been highly and probably like the key definition of that, or like the biggest example of that word, highly anticipated. For the last like 3 or 4 years, and we finally have a little something more than usual, and we'll talk about that when we come back on the Seven's Talk Show.
Yo, how the.
What's your deal? What's your damage here, son?
How did the headphones get caught in the wheel of the chair, bro?
Oh. Also, I'm sorry, I just sunned you. I said I wouldn't do that, and I did.
You sunned me.
I did. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
I didn't mean to, man.
It just happened, you know? How did this happen?
I'm actually like, who was in here last to use those?
I don't know, bro. It wasn't me, because I always like...
I don't think you're pulling it the right way.
No, I am.
I'll say if you need to move. I would say if you needed to move to the right or use the other mic, we can do that.
I'm about to hurt someone. I'm using this mic,
Right.
but it wouldn't matter. Either way, it would still be under the chair. This is
That's
more of a pet peeve thing.
how did that happen?
I don't know.
That's
like
I would say who would have even been in here to use that? I guess Monday.
Sports Extra.
That's
I
just
just
a,
remembered that.
I was gonna say that's a weird thing.
Not placing blame.
I
Just
was saying
saying.
that would be a weird. That's
Keep it here to keep nerding out with the
That's-
Shut-Ins Talk Show on
Whatever.
WZIS Z90.7.
past it.
Waluigi time.
And we are back with the Shut-Ins Talk Show. So I'm sure many of you out there, whether you're watching us live, listening live, or watching afterwards on YouTube within the next week, probably know at least something about Stranger Things. And
Yeah.
how the last season came out like 3 years ago, and everybody's been like really hounding for the next one. And they gave us that teaser like a year and a half ago, if not 2 years ago. And then nothing.
Yeah, and then they're
Radio
like,
silent.
let's just let the kids grow up
They were-
as fast as possible.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, obviously, over the last year, there was things that they could not
I understand that.
stop. But also, another slight problem. It was a good thing and a bad thing is that everybody involved in that has pretty much gotten like more famous because of it. So they're a real hot commodity. And I was like, at the most,
Yeah.
Finn Wolfhard and Millie Bobby Brown are in like all sorts of stuff now.
Yeah, I can't wait for Millie Bobby. Millie Bobby. That's my new rap name. Sorry.
Nice.
I can't wait for Millie Bobby Brown to realize her success, and then one day just be like, "All right, I'm out of here. You guys can find a new one."
Well, I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last one because they are getting progressively older. You know.
Well, I don't think it matters
And-
how old they
But
get. It's
I was
just
gonna say, before we get too far into discussion, what we're talking about is they finally had a season 4
yeah.
trailer, which is weird because multiple things were released like 4 days ago, and the only thing I saw was that it was like the title card, but they
the
gave
title tease.
But they gave the names of every single episode, which I kind of don't like very much. Although half of them don't mean anything to us yet because we
So
haven't
they
watched it
never
yet.
mean anything.
Well, one of them was literally called like the massacre at some place, and it's like, well, gee, I wonder what's gonna happen in that episode.
Probably
or what they're gonna
nothing.
talk, or what they're gonna talk about. They'll at least talk about it. But yeah, so they gave. Also, I guess we don't know if it's in that order. Now that I think about it, they could have
Yeah.
shuffled it around. So yeah, they gave us the names of all the episodes, and I thought that was it. And I didn't find out till today that they actually did drop like a minute or so long, minute 12-second trailer talking about things. And there's things that aren't in the trailer, but they have like screenshots of. Like this shows most of the gang, and the kids that were the youngest are very clearly older, and the ones that were older look the same.
Yeah.
Like Robin and oh my God, what is his name? The older dude, Joe. That's his name in the show, right? No, that's his real name.
Oh,
Joe Keys, is that his name?
Oh, his name in the. Why would you do this? Now my head's broken.
Oh, you gonna blame
it's
me?
Steve Harrington.
Steve Harrington, yeah.
Tin.
Is it Tin or is it just Herring?
Steve Harrington.
Yeah.
I just
yeah,
added
yeah.
the 10 at the very
Is
end.
that them two?
Late.
And now I don't remember the sister's name. This is how long it's taken. I haven't seen the show
Thanks,
since I watched the end
Netflix.
of. Since I watched the end of last season, I've just forgotten everybody's name. But yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, we in the trailer. They start off and
I don't
it
like
starts,
how they're getting older.
okay.
I mean, I do, but okay.
I mean, I guess it is weird to
sorry.
see when you like mostly see them only
I'm saying, in
stuff.
my defense, they look older in every different thing they do because obviously
yes.
production takes time.
Yes.
Like the
This
difference,
especially has
the
taken a
difference
long
between It 1 and It 2, Finn Wolfhard, is just crazy.
Right. That's
Because
true.
Finn Wolfhard looks like a little nerdy boy, but in the second one, not so much.
I was saying, aren't they mostly adults in the second one though?
Well, yeah, but like it still has like the flashbacks.
Yeah,
and
I
you can
get
tell
you.
that they were shot outside of the first movie's production.
Right, I get
and
you.
whatnot. But okay, I like that they're getting older. You know, because so far all of them are great people. All of them have had like their own different successes in acting.
Right. Which again goes into why another reason why it's taking so long for them to get this.
Yeah, but I just meant like it's weird looking at them like they're about to have adult conflicts instead of no, I wanted to do that.
Well,
with
you
Dungeons
say
and
that,
Dragons.
but in the trailer, specifically, like they're still obviously like, I assume they're in like middle school at least, because it starts off with like it starts playing some Beach Boys. I was gonna say what song it was, but I can't remember. And all their songs talk about California, and that's
Welcome
what
to
this one
California.
is. That what the song is?
I hope so.
Well, I don't say that all their songs are about surfing and/or California and/or girls, so it could be any of them.
Oh wait,
But anyway,
time out. Never mind. It's called Welcome to California because that's the name of the trailer.
I don't know if that's. Are you just guessing? This is what it sounds like.
Well, I mean, are they in California? No.
Okay, but again, Beast Boys could have 4 songs called that. To be fair with you, it doesn't really
Then
help.
stop trying to criticize me.
I'm not. You're taking offense to me just talking about the information. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh wow, this is exactly what happened last time.
Anyways,
Except the roles were
the
switched.
trailer starts
how the
off
turntables.
peaceful, and it's as a voiceover from 11 writing to Mike, saying it's been 185 days since they saw each other, because it would seem that. Oh yeah, I forgot. At the end of the show, she went with Joyce and the Byers family, and they were moving away. I don't remember if they were specified, but here it's clear that it's in California.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know if the whole show is going to be in California, but at least some of it will be.
I hope not. 'Cause
And
then, man, Mike's just gonna be chilling doing nothing.
well, I was going to say, then Indiana has one last thing. We had Stranger Things in our fictional town, and then we won't have it anymore. But she said it's been 185 days since they saw each other, and she's saying these things like, "Oh, I'm actually liking school." And and then it cuts to her looking kind of nervous walking in the hallway, so that seems to be a lie. And then she goes, "I have a lot of friends," and she waves to somebody, and they do not acknowledge her at all. And then she sits in class. The second she sits down with a project done in class, some dude spits a spitball at her.
Yeah.
So it's clear she's embellishing some of this. Just
I miss those days.
For Mike, do you? For Mike not to.
Spitballs used to be fun. I don't care who you are.
Oh my god! But it's clearly she's embellishing some of that to so Mike doesn't worry, and he thinks, "Oh man, she's having a great time in California. That's good. I wish I could be there." But then, yeah, it's relatively short, but they show, Jonathan and Will there, and Will's walking with 11 in school. He still has, a weird bowl cut. He needs to lose it. I know it's the 80s, but, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You got to lose that. You're
Just
gonna get,
Mike needs to cut his hair. It's looking a little scraggly.
I'll say, I think he's pulling it off fine, but, the bowl cut got to go, bro. You're gonna get, I was like, if you didn't get bullied before and you're in middle school now, you were definitely
Let
getting
him
bullied
bowl
for that.
cut. I thought they were in middle school before.
I don't remember. Again,
I'd say
it's felt like this show's been going on for 10 years, and it absolutely has not. But that's how long the in-betweens have gotten for these. But yeah, it says all this is going on. Eleven's excited that soon she and Michael have as she says, best spring break ever.
Yeah.
Which obviously means that's not at all going to happen.
Which means she's
And
coming home.
And in this, which probably means this whole, I think most of the seasons take place during over a week and a half.
Yeah.
So spring break's usually about a week or two. So this is going to be the worst week ever, probably.
Well, maybe
Because the last
never
season,
mind.
last season was the worst summer ever. So now,
Yeah.
of course, the next logical step is the worst spring break ever.
So, time out. They look significantly older. I really
Yes.
hope that this is only just a couple months after the last season.
Oh, that'd be so funny, dude. It probably is because that's what she said. She said it's been 185 days since we've seen each other. So it's only it's barely been a third of a year since the. Man, they grow up fast. Dang. How many days is 100? How many months is 185? I'm looking this up.
Yeah, you look that up, but that's crazy.
How many months? is
Another thing
185?
that I always think of whenever I watch Stranger Things is
that's about 6 months.
yeah. So Winona Ryder's
Dang.
first acting role was I think it was 86 or something like that. What year is Stranger Things in right now?
I think it's around that.
So
It's late 80s,
okay, so
I think. It doesn't say here.
okay, I
but
could have
I'm
been wrong
pretty
about
sure.
the year also, but I've always wanted to see the kids go watch a movie with young Will's mom in it.
That would be
But
pretty
not.
funny.
But then,
But
just be
obviously they're just like,
she
wow.
looks familiar.
Yeah, they're like-
but that's it.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, has anybody ever told you look like this person? She'd be
Yeah.
like, no, not really. I don't see it.
Yeah,
That would be funny.
They come home and they're like, "Mom, has anyone ever told you look like Winona Ryder?" She's
She'd be like, who?
No. Who's that?
Who? But yeah, so yeah, she talks about she claims she's enjoying school, but it seems to be an exaggeration. But then she's talking about having the best spring break ever, and then the Beast Boy music slows down and gets creepy, and then it just goes boom, and then it's just a very fast, quick cut.
Wait, time out. What was that sound effect again?
And then
I don't like that.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was like, if you watch the trailer, it very much is depressing. And then it's the fastest quick cut I've ever seen of just explosions, gunshots, people running for their lives, screaming, all sorts of stuff. Everything just happens in 2 seconds. And again, going towards saying we're gonna have the best spring break ever into immediate depression.
Yeah, and
Which is what every season's been like. We're gonna have a good just time hanging out, and then season 2 was we're gonna have a good Halloween, and season 3 was we're gonna have a good summer, and now it's gonna have our best spring break, and all these kids are gonna be traumatized for like the 4th time in like the span of a year or 2.
Yeah, and then
These poor kids,
and
man.
it cuts to like Sorry, I got lost for a second. In
Yeah.
those quick cuts, you see Mike in a car.
Oh, yo, can he drive?
No, you see him all in a car,
Oh, okay.
and he's
I
he's
missed
like
that.
covered in blood. He's like wearing a
Oh,
wife
is he?
beater or
All
something
right,
like
hold
that.
on. I gotta make sure my computer sound's not all the way up. That would have been annoying. I can also watch the trailer at the same time. I don't know why I've not been doing that.
Yeah, I've been doing that, just kind of like confused for a second. No, because like you see him like lean forward or something. Oh, never mind. One of the windows is covered in blood. He's not.
Oh, okay.
He has a flannel on, but one of the windows is just like covered in blood behind him.
Yeah. Also, I think they imply that Jonathan was smoking something.
Yeah, because he was like,
yeah, because the only thing you see of Jonathan is this, and that he peers out a window and goes, and then he kind of looks hazy in the room. So it's like, oh man, it's the late '80s, all right.
and his eyes are low.
Also, what's great is that you mentioned like the joke of saying like, oh, what if they watch a Winona Ryder movie? But I love if you look at Eleven in this, she honestly is dressed like Joyce in general. Like she has the same hair. She's
Yeah.
wearing the flannels like her.
She
Because she's
kinda-
been living with her, so
yeah.
she's getting like hand-me-downs and
she
like hair
honestly
advice.
kind of like,
I keep
short
her-
of like the outfits and stuff too.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like a young Winona Ryder.
She kind of does too. I mean, the outfit and the hair really does a lot. But but like I agree.
even in the face a little bit. Like it's obviously
Wait.
not like a.
Like, hold on,
put
I
them
need
right
to-
next to each other. or
I need
anything,
to. I need YouTube. I need the slow down function right here. Playback
but the
speed.
slow down function.
Yes, playback speed 0.25. I need to go frame by frame analysis of this because so much happens. In okay, maybe 0.25 was too slow. Yeah, it's kind of like it shows like a roller skate rink and it looks super 80s. Good lord. Let's say someone tripping over a box. There's a weird doll in it.
Yeah.
Which who knows what that's gonna be? Yeah, some dude. I don't
Wait,
see.
it's
Who,
a Russian nesting doll. It looks like.
oh no. Oh, because of the Russian stuff. They
Yeah.
didn't even touch on that in this, which is crazy. But we
Yeah.
know that's
Which
like,
I mean, that's
part
got
of
to
it.
be who it is.
Well, I know because like that clip they showed like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And the end
Of
of
Hoffa.
the season. Yeah, of how he somehow didn't get disintegrated, and I want an explanation. They better give it to me.
Yeah.
Because how did that man not get disintegrated when everyone else did?
I love this quote from Finn Wolfhard talking about it. He said, "Every season it gets darker. Like really. I will say with season 3, I was like, this is the darkest season there'll ever be. There's exploding rats and everything. But really, season 4 so far, it's the darkest season there's
Oh,
ever
God.
been. Every year it gets amped up. Every year it gets funnier and darker and sadder and everything.
Good
Every
Lord.
year they amp it up.
Oh man, this is the best and worst thing ever. The thing I'm most concerned about in this.
I don't
quick
like
cut
his
of stuff-
grammar.
Yeah, the thing I'm most concerned about this, it's like classic like horror / sci-fi horror stuff where it appears to be like a door in the middle of a desert, like in the middle of nowhere, and you just see like it's like this little square and a door on it. So it probably like goes to someplace deep underground,
Yeah.
with a lot of shady stuff going on because that happened last season. But it's literally just a door in the middle of the desert in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, that's always bad news. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah, and then like you see a helicopter landing there. There's a pizza. Yeah, they're in a pizza truck. It seems there's
Oh,
like some
they're
secret
in the-
agent. There's like a secret agent, like carrying 11 into what seems like a car. They show like a police chase or like people chasing a police van. In this, there's the army's here. There's a shootout in somebody's house. Like there's something just blows up in front of somebody. I don't know what. I can't tell who that is either. So I was like, this is a good trailer because like yeah, it's been like 3 years and we've had basically
I
radio
love that
silence.
guy.
But everything.
I don't know his name.
I'll say like, oh yeah, what the
It's the pizza van. It's the guy who's driving the pizza van.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
went back to look at the name of it, and the Surfer Boy Pizza Van. That's
Surfer
probably
Boy
what they're
Pizza.
in because he drives
I'm
that
pretty
van.
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they show that. Yeah.
But I love the guy that's driving it. I don't know his name, but he's been in a lot of funny movies.
Yeah.
But sick, and he looks like he's gonna be a funny stoner comic relief.
I was gonna say we had the arcade, the dude in charge of the arcade before as like
Yeah.
the random side character that gets like 4 lines but is always funny.
Yeah.
And now we have pizza truck driver dude.
That makes me think of Monster House
Oh my god.
when John Hader's character.
Oh no.
Nothing will ever be grosser than the way he grabs the chocolate and goes.
No, that kid. Dude, I hate that kid. He's so gross in that movie. I can never.
So funny though.
I can never.
He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, but anyways, we're gonna go to break, And when we come back, funnily enough, something we talked about, I think last week or the week before, we've actually, talking about how there was no news about it, we spoke some news into existence that I'm sure Gavin will be happy to talk about.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about that when we come back on Shut-In's Talk Show. This ad is quite loud. Twitch, you were very lucky I'm nice and don't want you to hear this. Because last time I did, someone told me my ears were bleeding. And so I was like, all right, they don't get to hear these anymore because they're way too loud.
Talking about I'm lucky or they're lucky? Because I can still hear it.
Well, I'm saying that the Twitch viewers and the later YouTube viewers are lucky because this is very annoying.
Are we still going to talk about There Goes My Hero?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure because I got all my tabs lined up.
Yeah.
Yo, is that Keira Knightley?
No, say that again?
It is Keira Knightley.
I was saying, like, your brain malfunctioned on that first one.
Yeah, a little bit. There's a new horror movie coming called Silent Night.
Holy Night?
No, just Silent.
Dang.
But Keira Knightley is starring in it, apparently.
Cool. Love Keira Knightley.
What is it about, though? It follows the holiday preparations of Nell and Simon as they prepare for a Christmas at the end of the world.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's actually kind of sick.
You slaughtered a bunch of
I
Jedi.
didn't press that fast
Keep
enough.
listening to Shut-In's Talk Show, only on Z90.7 WZIS.
Welcome back to the Shut-In's Talk Show. So, like I mentioned before, something that we've talked about a little bit. I believe we probably fully talked about it like forever ago when it was first announced. I'm talking this is like a year or two ago, or a year and a half ago probably.
I don't think we talked about this on air though. I think we were just talking to each other.
I think we talked about the game, but not this specifically because we talked about other things. And also, I don't think we were in charge at that point, so it wasn't up to us. But yes, we talked about Marvel's Avengers a handful of times, for better or for worse, on this show for the last year or so. But we talked about, and I remember, sure enough, Gavin, we'll have mini arguments during the show a little bit. Usually about something stupid.
Us? Never.
Yeah, right. We'll have some mini arguments about stuff, and I'll be like, hey, man, I'll believe this when I see it. And you'll be like, I have hope it's going to happen. And now, for the past couple weeks, you've been on a roll because this time around, we mentioned a while ago about specifically the, we were talking about how Marvel needs another, they get their win. They've got the big win in video games with Spider-Man, and then immediately had the not good time. I was like, well, then they after that had the not success of Marvel's Avengers.
Okay,
but then,
I don't think we can call it a complete blunder because I'm not gonna. No, listen to me here.
We've already talked about this.
People still play it and spend money on it though. That's not a loss.
Yeah, it's not a loss. But
it's still in the top 10 most.
I don't think
Twitch stream solo games right now.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know.
I don't.
I see a lot about it for no reason.
Well, so do people when it came out.
It's not the algorithm. I'm telling you that.
I feel like there's an argument for that there. But again, also, excuse me while I read the beginning of it. But the main thing is that the Spider-Man DLC was announced, and then they just didn't acknowledge it anymore because then people thought it was going to be like not happen and just be canceled.
Yeah.
And then they promised it for a certain time in the future, and then that time passed and nothing happened. But now, 5 days ago, sure enough, after shut-ins, it was announced that they finally announced that the Marvel's Avengers Spider-Man DLC has a release date, and that is November 30th, the end of this month. It's finally happening.
Yeah. And today, they gave us our first photo.
Yes, they did. And I'll be honest, you could have told me it was from the Spider-Man game, and I would believe you. But I mean, the games do look similar, kind of. So, like,
this photo looks good. You can tell a small difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly not gameplay, but still,
it's not that deep to me though.
It's the character design, which is good.
It's supposed to be the same one from the game supposedly, but also who knows what Insomniac would say to that after the blunder it was.
I doubt that they care about continuity with that. They're probably just more so focused on we'll get this DLC out. Hey, Miles Morales or Spider-Man 2 with Miles Morales.
Well,
let's go.
The thing is, they were like, hey, could we use? They were like, that'd be sick. Like, we could combine games and have references to each other and blah blah blah. But no,
I don't think it's happening. And it's not on.
Now Insomniac's like, you guys,
right?
This sucks.
I was gonna say we could have had this all set up, even though they play differently, but. I don't want to talk about this.
They could have like at least
you want me to acknowledge the Hulk morphing through walls and having insert text here as his voice box? Like that doesn't make sense. That's not gonna work. I'm actually glad you brought that up because I just remembered that was one of the glitches when it came out. Is that the Hulk was talking, then it goes, insert text here. Like it wasn't even finished at all. Because it says here, like, after a notoriously bad launch and further complications in its DLC calendar due to COVID, Square Enix officially announced the Spider-Man DLC, which I assume is still PlayStation only.
Yes,
that was the big thing before the game came out, is that it's PlayStation only since Sony obviously has PlayStation and they own Spider-Man.
It's still PlayStation exclusive, so screw you if you play Xbox, apparently.
That's true.
But also,
I mean...
You're probably still a big nerd anyway, so whatever.
That's true. I was gonna say there's not. I was like, I'm just joking. There's having console wars is stupid.
I was just kidding.
Just play what you like. Like I don't
if you
care.
want to come hang out, you can play Spider-Man on my PlayStation. But you have to let me play Halo.
Word. See, that was like if I could had any decision on a PlayStation exclusive to make Universal and an Xbox exclusive to be Universal, I would probably choose those two. Yeah. I was like, for PlayStation, it's a tie between that and God of War.
I was gonna say I'd probably choose God of War.
Yeah, honestly,
because I feel like more Xbox players would rather that.
Yes, that's probably true.
But also, this hero event, that's what they call their DLCs, because they have like extra missions and a whole different area of New York or whatever.
And the last one was Black Panther over the summer.
Oh, and it was in Wakanda.
Yes.
Not even a whole different area in New York, just a different place.
Yeah.
But, never mind. This game takes place in San Francisco, I think. So I think this one probably is a New York thing.
I was say like, I don't know what's Spider-Man doing in San Francisco.
That's what I mean. So I'd assume that the hero event takes place in New York because that looks like the old Avengers building behind Spider-Man.
That would make sense.
And so that's cool. And I like how it's called Spider-Man with Great Power.
Yeah, I don't even think it's called Spider-Man. I think it's just called With Great Power. Either way,
possibly.
It's great. I was like, either way, it's great.
Dope.
Yeah,
but
bad.
I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to not buy the game and not buy the DLC, but I'm going to keep my eyes out. And if it looks like fun, maybe I'll buy the game and the DLC.
Like, see, you're not allowed to get as mad at me for like dunking on this game.
It's not that I'm getting mad. I'm just saying it's not a complete failure. Like
That's true.
It's not a game where they had to completely close off servers and everything.
It's not like Anthem.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not Anthem.
Remember Anthem? No, you don't. No one does.
You shouldn't remember Anthem, because if you do...
If you do, I'm sorry you wasted your time, and I'm sure you're sorry for yourself as well.
Exactly. But you know what's really funny is right below that tweet where they posted the photo, they said, swing on over to IGN tomorrow for our first trailer.
Oh,
so we're already getting the trailer for the new Spider-Man DLC.
Wait, no. Well, wait, that should be out then. Hold on. I didn't do it.
This was 5 hours ago.
Oh, they did it to us again,
The photo just came out today, Jacob, at 1 p.m.
Oh, wait.
They just announced the release date 5 days ago.
Okay, because they had a picture with that.
This guy.
Well, I was going to say, they had a picture with that. It's been a slow week.
Have you seen this picture then?
No. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, so maybe this is the second photo revealed.
Yes, I was saying this was the one I saw.
Oh, yeah. That's literally from the first Spider-Man game.
That explains why. Okay. Malfunction at the junction here at Shut-ins.
Dang, this guy going crazy.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind here. Again, usually when little behind the scenes thing, usually I know at least some things we talk about, but like before the day of Shut-ins, and I came in here today a couple hours ago and was like, I don't know anything that's happened the past weeks.
Yeah, hey,
to talk about.
Some of our best banter days are when we don't know what we're about to do 30 minutes before
That's
the show.
very true. And then we figure this out.
Like today's been a good banter day.
It has been, yes.
Even though it was a little hostile.
Yeah, I was saying we've kind of been at each other's throats for very stupid reasons that we'll forget about tomorrow.
We love each other so much, though.
Yeah, there you go.
No need to call whatever protection service would need to separate us, but I promise you, we're doing great.
I don't know. I'm just not going to touch on that. Anyways, yeah, so... Congratulations to Marvel's Avengers for finally fulfilling this promise after like a year.
Yeah, well, also I'll give them COVID as a crutch.
Yes,
because they always planned Black Panther to be first. So I'll give them COVID as a crutch.
And shout out to Sony for not completely ruining this idea for not only PlayStation fans and Spider-Man fans, but for people.
Who actually enjoy this game.
No, for people, well, yes, that, and also for people who worked on it and put Spider-Man in the game, in the code and stuff, and then it never get released, because that would have been a huge waste of time.
Insomniac,
and I would have felt really bad. I don't think it's an Insomniac issue. This is a fully Sony
No, this
issue.
is just me praising Insomniac.
Oh, yeah. I'll say, like...
I'm sorry, Square Enix figured out. Speaking of Square Enix, little something. This is Shut-ins related.
Yeah, but it's also weird that Square Enix and Insomniac were part of this game,
And then Insomniac
but
was
it
like,
was so like, but then it was just like the ball was dropped so hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like both were involved. Wait, was EA involved with this?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
it was
I
just
don't
part
know.
of EA Play, I think. So it's not involved.
Okay,
It's not
yeah,
involved.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's weird that they dropped the ball so hard.
Wait,
in
never
this.
mind. Not EA Play. That's EA games that you can pay the subscription service for. No,
Yeah.
I don't think EA was involved. No, but
Okay, I don't remember.
Speaking of Square Enix, we were talking about how Guardians of the Galaxy had great success, right?
Yes, the new game. Yes.
Yeah,
Which
and-
is it made by the same people?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's
learned
made by the
I'll say-
same company.
I was gonna say they learned from their mistakes very
But
fast because people have been addicted to that game.
I saw this clip on YouTube, and it said Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, and Avengers moment. And I was like,
Oh.
what?
What does that mean?
I watched it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't bought the game. Probably
Right.
won't, at least for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But
New games are expensive.
there's like this, and I don't even think it's a spoiler to the story because like you don't see anything. You just
Right.
see Cosmo the astronaut dog talking to them. He has a Russian accent, by the way.
Oh yeah, I forget he can talk to like a hologram or robot thing.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
And so he has a Russian accent. He told
because
like
he's a
this.
Russian dog. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
love that guy.
Yeah.
But
Dog.
they're like going through this whole. He still could be guide dog.
Anyway,
But they're going like through this like interdimensional portal thing, and so they go by one, and you hear, "Avengers assemble," and Rocket goes, "Who the heck names himself the Avengers?"
that's awesome.
And then they go and buy another one. And you just hear some random stranger go, "Oh my gosh, it's Spider-Man!"
oh,
Whip.
nice,
But and
nice little tongue-in-cheek thing. I like that.
the funniest
Cute.
part is when Drax is like, "Man, are these all just different doorways to other parts of the universe?" And Gamora goes, "No, I think they're alternate realities." And you hear Thanos go, "Good daughter," and Gamora goes, "Yep, definitely alternate realities."
Dude, honestly, I might need to expedite how fast I play this game because not only have I heard and that it's like way more fun than people expected, the bits I've seen of like the humor and writing in it are fantastic.
Yeah, I heard
and
it's
just,
great.
I was like, and just hearing that, I'm like, this game's hilarious. This is awesome.
yeah.
I was like, I don't remember last time I played a game that was like, well, that's not true, but it's not all the time where you get a game that's like tries to be funny and genuinely like hits the nail on the head more
Yeah.
like a lot of times.
And so obviously not everyone is the original voice actors because
I was like, none
we
of them.
don't need
none,
that.
I was like, none, yeah, this is not
like-
this is not a movie tie-in. It's just
but
the same characters.
it feels so like maybe it's because the movie was so good or whatever,
Yeah.
but like it feels so like real and like
Right.
it
That's
feels
what
like
they-
each
see,
character is voiced by that person
that's the thing.
without trying to sound
Well,
like
that's
that person.
the thing. They nailed the characterizations that the movie gave them and like the camaraderie they have. Because at first it's like
Yeah.
insulting and joking, like somebody you just met and strangers. Because they're all a bunch of words I can't say on air, like
Yeah.
that one British dude at the Nova Corps calls them, which and it's true. And then by the
He
end,
just says a-holes, you can say that.
I guess so.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Yeah, and then yes, and then which is true, and then
Yeah.
by the end of the movie and then into the second one, they're more of a family, but they still just like insult each other and get on each other's
As they
nerves
should.
all the time. And that's the thing. Everything I've seen from the game and heard from it, and even just that scene you were telling me about, I'm like, this nails that because like I can envision that, but the live action actors
Yeah,
doing that.
it sounds great.
It's
Like-
I would say it's written. The dialogue and the writing on it is very
Exactly.
good, and
Like,
that goes a long way.
I
you
saw
know?
that scene and I saw maybe one other one, but I'm trying not to like just sit there and watch all the cutscenes on
Right.
YouTube from this game because I think I want it at some point. Mm-hmm. It's just it's money,
Yeah.
Like you said, games cost money, and
I was say they're gonna charge me $70 for games nowadays. No.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
will wait until it's at least $10 on sale, and then I'll think about buying it.
Yeah.
I ain't dropping $70 on a new game. You kidding me?
$70? What?
On a new base game? Yeah, that's what they keep trying to push as like the new default thing. 'cause they're like,
no, I thought they came up with 60 is like normal for base game for like.
No,
next,
it is.
like
That's what
next
they're
gen
saying.
again.
That's
but then
what they're saying. is that-
PlayStation 4 will be like 50.
Well, that's what they're saying is that no, but that's the base. They keep trying to push $70 as the base game price.
Why though?
Because they think, oh, it's the next gen and games are more expensive. It's like, no, it hasn't changed. This hasn't changed in like a couple decades, like 20 years. So,
Yeah,
like,
we're not
no.
changing. You're not making the games significantly better though. That's the thing.
Right.
The console just runs better.
Yeah, I was gonna say the console runs better and it can handle more. So
Yeah.
you can't do more.
So you're not necessarily forced to make better
That's the
things.
thing. I guess they're trying to say like, oh, games are more expensive to make, so we need more money. It's like that has never been an issue before. You made that up.
Just
And
leave
this
it
is-
at 60
and
because
this-
I think 60
this
is a little over there, over the top for
yeah,
me.
and this is a main thing. Mostly PlayStation has been doing this, and that's a classic Sony moment because they hate fun. I've said it for years, and as much as I love PlayStation and Sony, They hate fun.
That's the most fun part about Sony and Nintendo. They both just like want our money and they don't care about us.
Well, no. It's actually the opposite problem. Nintendo's out of touch with a lot of things, and they don't like money because we want to buy their old games, and they say, no, find it secondhand, and that's usually like $1,000. But they're like, also, but don't get it for free illegally. Like, we're not going to sell it to you.
We'll kill you.
It's like we'll send the ninjas after you. It's like, you buy the game legit. Oh, you can't because it's not in stores? Well, we're not going to sell it. So, like, they don't want money. Sony hates fun. So, Nintendo hates money. Sony hates fun. And Xbox is just kind of cruising.
Yeah, Xbox is just like, we're here.
I was gonna say that
we have Halo.
I was gonna say we have Halo. We grab Bethesda now, and Game Pass is like the greatest video game deal you can have, and you can even do it on PC, not even own an Xbox.
Yeah.
So Xbox is cruising through nicely. So yeah, I'll say we kind of went through just some general video game talk, but that's fine because it was just a
That's
single
okay. We
DLC
kind of
drop.
ran out of things to say.
That's true. You can always talk so much. People have been waiting for this for like a year and a half.
Spider-Man DLC.
Spider-Man DLC in Marvel's Avengers finally actually coming out. Let's hope that this one comes to fruition. Fingers crossed. So we don't have to talk about this again.
Trailer is tomorrow on IGN's channel apparently. So
Maybe we'll talk about it next week. Depends on how newsworthy things get this week. Because I'll say there's technically a lot of newsworthy stuff, but they're not legit sources, so we ain't gonna talk about it.
If the trailer's bumping, the trailer's bumping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if the trailer's cool, then it turns a lot of people's heads, we'll talk about it. But we're gonna go to break, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about
probably the coolest thing we've ever talked about.
Yeah, this is one of the strangest things we ever talked about, and I'll make a comparison to the last strange thing we talked about sometime last year when we come back on Shun's Talk Show. This is. I remember I saw this the other day and was like, "Oh, that's weird." I didn't even think about like talking about it.
Studio 666.
That's I heard, yeah.
That's great. That's great.
I say you at Twitch get a sneak peek of what we're talking about because we really don't know anything about it, and this is a more so live reaction thing. Uh-oh.
I can't stop reading this quote.
No, because
Dave Grohl's just so funny, dude.
He's great. Dave Grohl's a treasure. I love that man.
Apparently, that new Netflix movie, The Harder They Fall, with Jonathan Majors, is really good.
All right, right on.
Have to check it out.
Netflix original movies need to win because they're either like mediocre but teenagers like them, or they're really bad.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Every once in a while they get a win, so good for them.
Dawn of the Monsters.
Currently,
I'm not going to say that Kissing Booth is a great success, but it makes 3 of
This
them.
is the Shun's Talk Show on every
Including my
Wednesday night
sister.
from 6 to 7 p.m. only on WZIS
What's the name?
90.7.
And we are back with the Shut-Ins Talk Show. So what we're going to be talking about now, it's funny, like October may be over, but that doesn't mean horror movie news is. And this is one of the funniest, I was like, there's been times where like, there's not a whole lot going on, and usually a horror movie gets announced, or just any movie in general gets announced, and we're like, this is so weird, we need to talk about this. The last one I can remember was last December, close to a year now, when we talked about Fat Man, where Mel Gibson was edgy Santa Claus. Edgy Santa, I don't know where I got Batman from.
I still need to watch that movie just to
see how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying crazy Mel Gibson play crazy Santa and shoot people. But now
with a little boy as his enemy.
Yeah, and I forgot about that part. But now we have a much better thing because we have a rare edition of slightly talking about music on Shut-Ins, which we don't usually do, because Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters are making a horror movie about a haunted house, specifically, I believe, a studio. And it says Dave Grohl wrote the story following their stay at a haunted house while recording their latest album. Oh, I didn't even know that they recorded that in a haunted house. That's pretty rad.
So in this quote that I was talking about, so this movie has been like planned in like years and years. And so
wait, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
So Dave Grohl said, after decades of ridiculous music videos and numerous music documentaries,
yes,
it's finally time to take it to the next level. A full-length horror comedy film, and like most things Foo, Studio 666 began with a far-fetched idea that blossomed into something bigger than we've ever imagined possible.
Oh, man.
Filmed at the same house where we recorded our last album, Midnight at Medicine, told you that place was haunted.
Well, I was gonna say Medicine at Midnight.
Oh, sorry. Medicine at Midnight. He said, told you that place was haunted. We wanted to recapture the classic magic of all of our favorite rock and roll movies had, but with a twist.
Man.
Hilarious gore that effing rocks.
Oh my
And now with
Lord.
the help of, the director and the team at Open Road Films, we can let this cat out of the bag after keeping it our best kept secret for 2 years.
2 years? Oh wow. Well, I guess they recorded over the course of 2 years.
Yeah, he said, be ready to laugh, scream, and headbang in your popcorn. Studio 666 will F you up.
Dang, dude. God, I love Dave Grohl. That's the best interview for. I was like, every director or anybody part of a movie should talk like that about the movie.
I think that the main characters are just the Foo Fighters.
I was like, the star-studded film will feature the members of the legendary band Grohl, Taylor Hawkins, Nate Mendel, Pat Smear, Chris Shiflett, and Rami Jaffe. Adding their well-known talents to the docket will be Whitney Cummings, Leslie Grossman, Will Forte, Jenna Ortega, and Jeff Garlin. Those are some good names to be a part of that.
That's awesome, though.
So yeah, and the screenplay is by Jeff Bueller and Rebecca Hughes, and we won't need to wait ever long for its theatrical release.
Whoever writes the articles for Collider, I swear, they nail it.
Collider, they dropped like 3 Foo Fighter titles as
at the very beginning,
hints.
it's times like these.
Yeah, and I'd say in the beginning of the title head says, "There goes my hero, Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters making horror movie about the house." They're just like, how many of these can we fit in here?
So
that's some good reporting right there.
I really think the band in the movie is the Foo Fighters, though. Because it literally says, we'll center around the band as they move into a notorious mansion in Encino that is known for dark rock and roll history in an attempt to begin recording their 10th album.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on, let me get the director's name here. BJ McDonnell is a director, and he also had a quote here talking about it where he said, Studio 666 is a perfect combination of all things I love, rock, horror, and comedy, all tied together in a very thrilling motion picture. I'm so excited to have teamed up with Foo Fighters to create an old-school, quote, band movie. It's been years since we have seen something like the Beatles' Help, The Monkey's Head, or Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. Take that 60s, 70s old-school band film fun, mix it with horror, and Studio 666 is born. I'm so excited for audiences of film and music to come together and enjoy our film. I think the only band film I've seen was the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. That was a good time. It was just goofy weirdness the whole time. Like, it was just them getting chased by fans, which was just accurate to real life, and then just doing some goofy stuff and making jokes, and that was it. It was a good time.
I think the only band film I've seen was probably Scooby-Doo meets Kiss.
I think that counts, yeah. That movie is a trip. Yeah. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. That movie is so weird.
I know.
It's incredible.
It has to count.
Oh, yeah. I was like, that one counts. They literally got the members to voice themselves. Gene Simmons is in this movie,
exactly.
I'm pretty sure.
And I bet...
Because then...
I bet the noises that they make when he sticks his tongue out are real life, too.
Oh, yeah, probably.
It makes that goofy noise.
That's the thing. For those of you who may not be aware, in this Scooby-Doo Kiss movie, because this is related, because there's only so much we know about this movie.
Oh, but real quick, though.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's coming out this early.
Yeah, that's 2 things.
It's coming out in like 3 months.
Yeah, it's coming out in February, or what did it say? February 25th of next year.
The end of February.
Yes, that's already like a show and a movie that we've known almost nothing about, and they're coming out in 3 and 4 months respectively. That's so weird.
2 movies in a show.
What's the other one?
Scream.
But that's been in the works for a while.
Yeah, but we know like nothing else about it.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. We got the first trailer like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. So that's 3 movies in the span of like 3-4 months that we know nothing of. And they're coming out in 3-4 months. I like that. I really do.
I like that a lot because
when you get the idea, when just the idea of a movie or like a trailer gets you excited for it, that's a good recipe right there. You know? I'm all about that. But yeah, as a side note, again, since we're talking band films now. And in this works, so we talked about both before. The Scooby-Doo meet Kiss movie. In this movie, Kiss is not like just a rock band in face paint. They are the characters that they play legitimately. Like they are
Star Child.
They are they're the Star Child, the cat, the demon, all that stuff. And there's a scene in this movie where I believe I Was Made for Loving You starts playing, and there's all this weird psychedelic stuff, and like. All the members of Kiss have superpowers, and they're like shooting lasers and stuff like they're Green Lanterns or something at whatever the bad guy was. I don't remember. This movie is a fever dream, and I hope to. And obviously, this one's going to be more grounded in a horror movie with Foo Fighters. But I'm honestly, have you ever?
I hope this is the trip too, though, because like
I'm sure it will be. Because have you ever seen like any like skits and stuff they've done in the past? Like not just their music videos, like the skits they've done. Like, they're so funny.
Yeah.
Because that one...
Dave Grohl alone is funny. Have you seen, like,
Yes.
the behind-the-scenes stuff of him working with Jack Black on Tenacious D? And
Yes, I have. And the Pig of
tribute
Destiny.
video?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have.
'cause he-
that stuff's hilarious.
Like, the fact that, like, he kept trying to walk off set in full devil costume. And they're like,
Yes.
no, Dave, come back. He's like, I'm just a lap.
Yeah, he just wants to freak everybody out. Yeah, he's great. Because there's one thing I don't remember where they did it, but there's the classic what is it? The classic skit that they do where Dave's like addicted to coffee.
Yeah.
and he just goes fresh pots, and that itself became a joke for like ever. And then there was the one where
That was the first thing Fallon said to him like 5 years ago.
really
When him
That's
and
so
I forgot his
funny.
other name. Him and someone else went on Fallon and like were
Yeah.
telling like old Nirvana stories.
Oh, yeah.
The first thing Fallon did was go fresh pots.
Oh my god, that's so good. That's such a good reference. But then there's the one where it was crazy too, because I remember there was legit rumors. They were saying like, oh man, this is like 4 or 5 years ago that Foo Fighters are gonna break up. And then so then I guess they saw those rumors and were like, we're about to mess with everybody. Because I remember someone got a hold of Taylor Hawkins. He was at some like music related thing, like it was like a red carpet type deal. And someone interviewed him like, hey, there's rumors that Foo Fighters are gonna break up. Like, is that true? And he was just like, I mean, I don't know. We just kind of don't like each other. And he legit said that. And in this video that they posted, they showed that. And then they basically play it off as like Dave Grohl's a total diva, and he's like trying to go solo about everything. And he's just like, it's because the whole time he's like wearing sunglasses and like he's like half answering all the questions. He's just like, oh yeah, man, I'm carrying the band. You know, I always have. He's like, it started with just me, and it's just me. So then they like throughout the video they're having like auditions for like other new singers, and Dave is like making some solo song. He's like, I don't need those other 3 or 4. However many. It's like he forgot how many people are in the band. So like they're no strangers to being comedic, and I might need to find those videos and watch them again.
So that sounds great.
I was like, because like I was gonna say like obviously like this is like their you know
Yeah.
their brainstorm thing of them as a band, and they're obviously found people that are totally down with it. So this is gonna be like probably just movie length of them being goofy in those videos.
That's my favorite
but also
thing
horror.
That's still one of my favorite things to do all the time is like watch like Nirvana's funniest moments. Like during interviews or just like random videos.
Right.
It's so funny. Like, I don't remember. Dave Grohl said something that was just so fried during, like mid-interview because Kurt Cobain was holding the baby from the Nevermind cover mid-interview,
Oh my god.
and he was eating a cookie, and the baby kept going like this, and Dave Grohl was like, "Man, leave that kid alone, bro." Like, just the whole interview was like, "Dude, you're so mean."
Oh,
no,
man.
but that's something I'm excited for.
Yes.
Oh, another thing.
I'll say even here on like the poster for it, they have like members of the band doing like I actually haven't looked at this in depth until now. Hold on, I need the full poster because like you see Dave Grohl looking real serious. You see Taylor Hawkins doing the classic like, ugh, like the Macaulay Culkin face, like, oh no. And then I'm not sure. I was gonna say I don't remember everybody's names to faces, but one of them is in like a Ebenezer Scrooge like nightcap with the little cotton ball at the end. He's just screaming his lungs out. Oh man, like this is gonna be so stupid, and I'm all about it. It's stupid in the best way,
I am all here for it.
of course. Like I'm all about this. I'm glad this exists. I just want the full poster, please. Give me the full
I got it,
poster.
but
There
I still
is,
can't
yeah.
like zoom in very much on it.
Yeah, I can't either. But yeah, like it just shows some house, and there's
It
like
just
a
looks so great.
recording reel on top of it. That's the thing. I think it's crazy that I somehow like I was following them the whole time, like up until their last album came out. I believe it was early last year. It came out, and I don't remember them ever mentioning that they filmed it in a haunted house or a house that's said to be haunted. I guess I
Yeah.
should say, because a haunted house usually means like the ones that people set up, but like no, it actually
Yeah.
a haunted
Oh,
house.
another thing, rock and film industry related.
Okay, I was gonna say
Rob Zombie was talking about his new
yes.
Monsters film.
you got to put this in. Congrats! You
I
got
had
to talk
to.
about it. You
I
got
had
to talk
to.
about it.
Hey.
I commend you. With a minute left of the show, you were able to get
Exactly.
it in there.
There's a set photo. You can see a little bit what's going on the screen behind him, but more than importantly, he shares the logo, which is a modernization of the old logo of the Munsters.
Nice.
Not very many people even know what the Munsters is, because
True.
it was shot in black and white until like its last season.
Yeah.
And the spinoff
And-
in the movie.
Yeah, and Adam's Family's going on at the same time, and that got more popular. I would say.
Sad face.
Or I was gonna say, when I hear the Munsters, I'm like, Adam's Family? No, it's something different. Like I always get them
Yeah,
confused.
I used to get them confused a lot growing up too. But I'm excited because I don't know if Rob Zombie's like making a children's film Or if he's
Right.
making it like adult.
When's the last movie he made?
Rob Zombie?
Yeah,
He
or
made
was
a
part
movie.
of it
He made a
at
movie in 2018 called 38.
Okay, so
it was
I was
like
gonna say,
a-
so he's not, so he's still fresh on it.
Yeah, it was almost like a sick, twisted Hunger Games almost, but
Interesting.
just better.
Okay, I was just wondering how long it had
Yeah.
been to see like if this was like a big return or something.
Yeah,
I guess
no.
it is. It's been 3 years. And,
My dad-
but the last 3 years just felt like 18. So.
Yeah, my dad used to call me Eddie Munster because if my hair was completely cut like I used to get bald face. I have a big widow's peak.
And
so,
gotcha.
Yeah, so no one make fun of me. I have feelings.
All right. Well, with that, we are gonna end it here. This has been the Shut-ins Talk Show. Thank you so much for listening and or watching, whether it's live or afterwards. We really appreciate it. Again, if you're watching or listening live, you can catch the Twitch stream uploaded on YouTube. Just look up WZIS-FM and you'll find us there. Also, if you'd like to see us on Twitch and give us a follow, that's twitch.tv/WZIS-FM.
Yeah, subscribe to our YouTube. follow
Yeah,
us
we
on
also,
Twitch.
I'm glad I didn't forget this. We will not have a show next week. There will be a sports ball game going on at the same time. So, unfortunately, you'll have to wait 2 weeks for us. That'll also
Or-
mean...
Or you can just watch us. We'll be.
Or
doing a
yeah,
podcast.
we'll still go live. We do want to do at least a podcast.
we'll go live
during
on
this
Twitch for
downtime,
that.
and we will go live on Twitch for that, and then record it and upload it to our SoundCloud. Again, WZIS-FM on SoundCloud.
Yeah, and YouTube.
And
It'll be
YouTube.
uploaded to
What is that?
everything we do.
Yeah, and YouTube. Well, probably mainly YouTube actually, since we've been doing that more. Now that I
Yeah.
think about it.
We're gonna get
but
back
still.
in the mix of everything else though.
Yeah, I was gonna say since we've been doing shows a lot and being in person in the same booth, finally we've been focusing on this more than podcasts. But we promise to have at least one next week, since we will not have a show. We will be still working hard in the downtime. But again, so we don't go too far over, although it's whatever. Once again, this has been the Shut-ins Talk Show. I've been Jacob Pickett,
And I've been Gavin Cook.
and we'll see you all next time.
Yo, Pickett, you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
MGK is gonna be starring in a western
Be
on
sure to tune in
Netflix.
every Wednesday
You had
night
to
from
say this
6
when
to
we're still on
7 p.m.
Twitch,
only on
and I have to
WZIS.
listen to this again if I watch this back.
Do this all day.
You really had to do this to me. Also, I moved a song around, but it was gonna play anyway, and you're not gonna believe what it is. All right.
MGK.
No. Bye, Twitch.